Sleeping Dogs is being dubbed a Grand Theft Auto and True Crime crossover, which makes sense seeing as though it was originally made to be part of the True Crime series. However, the plug was pulled on the development and Square Enix stepped up and published the game. Did Square Enix save Havoc and release a great game, or did the publishers have it right the first time when they deaded the project? Find out now.
What? My shit's not good enough for you?
喂，究竟發生咩事啊？
咩啊？邊撚個啊你？
停手，咪喐！
Come, my friend. Just Are you crazy? No, don't. Maybe we can sort something out, huh?
你兇我啊！你知唔知我係邊個啊？
所有伙計唔好俾佢走得啦！截住佢！
好傷害我啊
Fucking hell! Don't do it, man! Don't do it!
In Sleeping Dogs, you play as an undercover cop in Hong Kong named Wei Shen, who at the very start of the game is arrested due to a drug deal gone wrong. In his short time in jail, he meets an old friend, Jackie Ma. Jackie offers Wei a spot in his gang, the Sun On Yi. Shortly after, Wei meets with his boss, Thomas Pendrew, where Wei reveals that he has connections to the gang Sun On Yi, and from there, Wei Shen lives two lives in where he must prove himself to his gang, as well as continue operations as an officer of the law. My main issue with the plot is that there are no twists in it. I don't want to spoil anything, but my mouth hardly dropped, and when it did, I saw the events coming. However, I must say, although I could foresee what was going to happen in the major plot, watching it unfold and playing through it was very entertaining and fun. 7.5 out of 10 for the plot.
You'll report everything through him.
Our intel suggests that Winston is looking for muscle. You need to find a way to make him trust you.
I've done this before.
Not in Hong Kong. American gangs, even Asian ones, don't compare to the triads here. The Sun On Yi is the most powerful gang.
Look, Raymond. Your name is Raymond, right?
Yes.
I grew up with these guys. I know who they are, what they are. All the intel reports in the world won't give you that.
We want the Red Poles, the lieutenants like Winston, all of them. And most of all, the Dragonhead.
Candidly, Wei, previous attempts to get close to him haven't panned out.
If I had to sum up the presentation of this game in one word, it'd be meh. The graphics are okay. Had this game come out in 09 or 2010, then I would be able to say that the graphics are actually good. However, after recently playing through Resident Evil 5, which came out in 09, I am not impressed with the graphics of this game. The sound is good, though the guns don't have a bunch of variety to the sound, probably due to the fact that there are only 4 to 6 guns in the entire game. Voice acting. A lot of people found problems with the voice acting in this game, and I can definitely see why. This game, taking place in Hong Kong, should have its fair share of Japanese or Cantonese dialects. However, it seems that everyone can speak English, which wouldn't be a big problem if they all didn't speak English so fluently.
Whoa! Where the fuck do you think you're going?
Relax, man. This is Wei. Wei Shen. I told you about him, remember?
Fuck! We can't keep track of your bullshit friends, Jackie. No outsider.
He's not an outsider. He's from old prosperity. Like us, Hochi all day, Jama. Wei's old school, you know? I grew up with the guy.
Old prosperity, huh? 點解我唔記得你嘅？
I've been on vacation. Jackie said you were looking for people.
These characters are supposed to be born and raised in Hong Kong, yet oddly sound American. And the characters that do sound Asian just sound silly.
Hey, Jiu Mei, how are you, baby?
Jackie, you know my parents don't want you to talk to me.
Your parents don't even know me. Once we get to know each other, they'll love me.
你條契弟，我今日就收你皮。
Leave him alone.
淆底就認，打就企定。
I'm gonna call the cops.
哼！你同我含撚啦！呢度幾撚時輪到你講嘢啊？
Hey, you don't talk to her like that.
Stop it.
Get off him. I don't care who you are. Let go of Jackie. I'm gonna fuck you up.
I am in love with the Japanese culture, and I feel that Sleeping Dogs made some wrong decisions on the voices. In one hand, if the whole cast talked broken English, the game would just be annoying and I wouldn't be able to take it serious. But on the other hand, you've got mostly everyone speaking fluent English, which doesn't make much sense. Maybe instead of making it in Hong Kong, they could have had the setting in a gang-heavy place where the voices wouldn't sound so ridiculous. Not to say that the voices are bad, they're actually pretty good if they were to voice Americans. But they're not, which is very unfortunate. For presentation, I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10. The graphics are average at best, or I guess they could be considered a little bit better than your average. but the voice acting just breaks the immersive experience. And all in all, nothing really stands out.
So you're the tough guy that's everyone's talking about.
You like that?
You think you can fight?
Gameplay. Here's where it gets interesting and where Sleeping Dogs truly shines. It contains a mixture of martial art fighting similar to the Batman series of games and gunplay. The fighting aspect comes in a lot more than the gunplay, which may be a turnoff for some people. I personally would have liked to see more gunplay, but I'd rather have it the way it is now than to just have another third-person shooter. We've already got GTA, we've already got Uncharted, we don't need more. Sleeping Dogs offers some unique game mechanics. One of my favorites is action hijacking. While driving a vehicle, you can jump out of it to hijack another vehicle of your choice. This is just one of those gimmicks that is incredibly fun to do. The combat is really fluid and I only had minimal camera issues, about 4 or 5 throughout the entire game. The gunplay is extremely fun. Another gimmick that Sleeping Dogs has is the slow motion action you can trigger by jumping out of cars, sliding off of cover, jumping off of buildings, and it just feels badass. The whole combat system itself, both the gunplay and hand-to-hand, really make you feel like you're an action star and is fluid and balanced. 8 out of 10. A little more gunplay and some innovation in the combat would have been nice. We've seen some of this stuff before, but I just love the way Sleeping Dogs handles it. It is great. The fun factor. I'll get this out of the way right now. Sleeping Dogs is fun. I had a blast playing this game. I managed to beat this game in just 2 sessions, both of which consisted of 7+ hours of gameplay, which isn't really too normal for me. This game kept me hooked. Even when the story was lacking, I still wanted to play so I can just do more crazy shit. The combat is fun, the driving is fun, this game is just fun. I thought this game would get repetitive very quickly. While it did get repetitive, it wasn't quickly, and I still wanted to play the game. 8 out of 10 for the fun factor. The replayability. After you complete Sleeping Dogs, you are still able to roam around Hong Kong and tie up any side quests you may have not completed, like finding all of your sensei statues. Personally, I could care less about some stone, so that was out of the question. What else is there to do? Honestly, not a whole lot. All side quests you would want to do would give you something that you may want to help you in the course of the story. Really, the only thing I can think of doing after this 20+ hour game is increasing your face level so you can buy some swag and dragon clothes, which to me isn't really an incentive to keep playing. What makes me want to replay games is additional content / collectibles or choices in the story. While there are collectibles in this game, I honestly just don't care about them. The game wasn't so good that it made me want to get all these collectibles, and there are no choices in the story, so the replay value is pretty low for me. 6 out of 10. More than some games, less than a lot of them. Final result. The story's intriguing enough to keep me playing, but it wasn't nothing to write home about. I did care somewhat for a few of the characters, but I wasn't totally invested in it. Combine that with the average graphics, at some points less than average, and the wonky voice acting, and that brings this game down a bit. Luckily for Sleeping Dogs though, this game is extremely fun and the gameplay is great. May not be much to do after you beat the game, however for the 20+ hours I played, I had a total blast. 7 out of 10. If there's nothing else to get, you gotta get this game.
Damn, that was crazy, man. We did it. Holy shit, we did it.
Check it out, it's raining Cambria.
That was our big boost? A shipment of cheap watches?
What? What do you mean cheap?
Jackie, these are fake as fuck.